How about it? 8 side hustles for those young adults. Stick around here. Hey, welcome. I am Mr. Maciek, and in this channel, I am teaching people all about investing, making money, and real estate, and anything that I do to make money. So in this video specific, we are going to be talking about side hustles that you can do. It's great for young adults. It's really great for anybody, and you can save up a little bit of extra money to maybe pay down your debts or invest into the stock market or maybe into real estate. So let's get started. By the way, I do have a TikTok. Please follow me. The link is right here. It is Mr.MaciekZ, and I post there almost every single day. Let's get started. All right, number one is valeting. So valeting is something I've personally never done, but I think I've had at least 24 friends that have done it. And it's really amazing how much money you can make at night. So it really starts around 5 or 6 p.m. and then you can go until sometimes even 2 or 3 a.m. But it's unbelievable. It's not the wage, it's the tips. And if you are a good valeter with very respectable presentation and the communication to the client, you will get tipped. How much can you make? I know people that have made $250 a night. That's unbelievable for just a few hours worth of work. And sometimes it's only 50, right? But still, if you put in 2-3 hours and you make 50 bucks, that helps pay everything down. So number 2 is bartending. There's a little bit of education required where you're gonna have to learn your drinks, learn how to make them properly, and really learn how to communicate with people and detect problems. However, once you start doing this, you can bartend whether it's at bars or whether it's at clubs or whether it's at wedding events. There's so many options, some of them safer than others, some of them during regular hours, not like 2 or 3 a.m. So really there's a lot of options there. But how much money can you make as a bartender? A lot. I'm telling you. People make $100, $200, $300 a night. So imagine you have a job in the daytime and then you side hustle being a bartender at night. You can make so much money and then save that money, put it away, invest it. Don't blow it. I know it's cash, but it's really good. Now, the one thing about being a bartender and making cash is that a lot of people don't claim it on their taxes, and then they can't use that money that they make as a qualifier for a loan. So you really should pay taxes on all of the money that you make. That is the official rule, right? You have to pay taxes on it. But I know a lot of people don't. So when those people don't, there is a drawback. You know, the good thing is you don't pay taxes on it, and I don't recommend that. I actually recommend paying taxes on it because then that gets lumped into how much money you make. And when a bank goes and looks at your approval odds for a loan, a home loan, let's say, then they will consider that income as income. Even if you make all your deposits, it doesn't matter. If you can't prove it on your tax return, then it just doesn't count for loans. Hey, if you're liking this video, please consider subscribing. I put out a lot of content all about making money, saving money, and investing money, especially into real estate. Okay, number 3, flipping things, basically buying and selling. It's really simple. So figure out something that you are good at or something that you know a lot about. For example, you might know books, you might know classics, right? And you might go to garage sales or find books in a particular place online that doesn't know much about them, and then pick the cream of the crop and then sell it for a profit. So that's one example, maybe not the best one, but another one is just go to garage sales and take a look and find people's baseball cards or Pokemon card collections, or go out there and just find anything that's valuable, bargain it down at a garage sale, and then resell it on eBay or like Swap Shop or on Facebook or maybe on Craigslist or something. There's so many items, and if you just do that on Sundays where you go out to garage sales or Saturdays in the morning and you take 2-3 hours driving around buying stuff for, like, you know, maybe spend $500, you're probably going to be able to at least double your money by selling it later on. So flipping things is a really good idea. It's really not that hard, and it definitely includes needing to have a hustle muscle. All right, another great one, which is completely on your own calendar, is Uber driving or the likes, you know, going to the competitors of Uber. Now, my brother did this for quite a while, and he got some pretty good tips. In fact, he has some drives where some people would pay an Uber to go from Sarasota to Tampa, which is an hour drive. and he'd make, $150 for like an hour, hour and a half or something like that. It's really unbelievable what some people will do. As long as your car is clean, you respect people by wearing a mask, and you are friendly, then you should have no problems at all. Now, one word of caution. Maybe you might want to avoid the 2 a.m. pickups from the bar. People that are drunk are usually obnoxious, and they're usually not great tippers. And sometimes they get sick. So personally, that's not worth it for me. Cleaning up someone's vomit is not my idea of a hustling, okay? So I would not be doing it for the bar scene at night. But I would be doing it maybe at local events that are happening, maybe at a wedding to drive some people home from a wedding, or just generally whenever you're not working, you could just, go to a popular place like a mall or something and sit and wait for your next ride. All right, number 5 is cleaning houses. Now, that may or may not be your thing, right? But here's the numbers behind it. When you clean a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, only maybe about 1,600 square feet, you could probably get that done in about 3 hours and make about $200. It's really unbelievable. And I'm not talking a whole cleaning with all the windows and the ceiling fans and everything, but you can have different levels of services. Once again, this is a good way to upsell people, right? But if you just do a general cleaning, don't skimp out on the details. Do a really good job, but it pays very well. And a lot of the times, it is something that is flexible to your schedule. So maybe you can get a regular client where every single Sunday while they're at church, you go in and you do a general cleaning for them and make an extra $100 or $200 every single Sunday. That's just one house, right? But then if you live in a place like where I live, which is Sarasota, Florida, we're a very seasonal business. And in the season, which is between January and April, what happens is a lot of people come to vacation for 1 week. And then they leave, and guess what? On that day they leave, which is usually a Saturday, they end up having to clean that property. And if you go and you get a couple accounts, you can get the same condo every single week, or same house every single week. You come in, you clean it, you get paid, and the next person comes in at like 4 p.m., right? Someone leaves at 10 a.m., next client comes in at 4 p.m., so you have 6 hours to clean 2, maybe 3 places. Good way to make an extra $1,000 just like that. Number 6, it's related to number 5 of cleaning houses, but it's actually a very specific business that requires very little equipment. So it's a very low barrier to entry in terms of the cost involved, which is window cleaning. So there are businesses and residences that require regular window cleaning. They might be by a highway, they might be on a busy street, and this is a great way to do it on weekends, usually when the businesses are closed. And they pay, and I mean they pay well. You figure out how you're going to charge. It's usually per window or per square foot. However, when you get those little squeegees and all of that stuff, it's really an easy business that does not require much money. It's all profit. You have a little investment at the beginning. But window cleaning is something that a lot of people don't think about doing as a business. So the barrier to entry is low and the competition is low. Now, there's a lot more cleaners out there, right? And they might include a service of window cleaning. But guess what? Most of them don't. Most of them don't even mention it as an upsell. So just getting the equipment and then doing window cleaning, doing a house cleaning and then adding that service is a great idea. But also you can get regular contracts to clean storefront windows, maybe every 3-4 days, maybe every week, or maybe, every weekend. Okay, number 7, it is junk removal. And it doesn't require you to have either a truck or a car with a hitch that you can go and rent or purchase a little trailer with it, right? But there's a lot of people, like myself as a landlord, sometimes I have tenants that move out and I don't have the time to go and clean up and remove junk that tenants have left over. Some couches, some TV that's broken and whatever they didn't want, right? So this happens all the time. And I pay people all the time to go and clean out some property. And it's not just clean out a property, it could also be a backyard is getting a little messy and stuff needs to be removed. Sometimes it's, you know, your grandma's house that might need to be cleaned up and some stuff removed from there, or the trash taken out for someone who's disabled or something like that. But it's basically removal of trash. And there's a little bonus with this one, because you might actually go and find things that are completely fine. It's not all trash and garbage. You might find someone left in a hurry because they didn't pay rent, and there's a whole house full of awesome things for sale. So sometimes you can even go and sell that stuff, or if you have metal, take some metal to the scrapyard. Like someone has a broken fridge or some appliances that are all broken and rusted up, you can take that stuff to the recycling plant and they will pay you money for it. So trash removal and junk removal is an excellent business. And like, what about 1-800-GOT-JUNK? And there's all these companies out there that do this nationally, and they're making serious coin. I mean, they're a big company. So you can start on a local level. And it's great because once again, it's usually on your timing whenever you want to go into that vacant house and go and clean everything up. Okay, number 8, last one is substitute teaching or tutoring. So you do need some sort of education and license for substitute teaching in most states. So look into that. It doesn't take long to get a course done. But tutoring is a different animal by itself. And the best thing is tutor what you're actually really good at or really passionate about. And there's tons of kids that really need help. So the parents out there will pay however many dollars per hour to tutor their child in a specific topic that you have more knowledge in. And if you're a good teacher, naturally, more kudos to you. You're just going to be better and get more referrals from that. So tutoring is great. Substitute teaching, I know it doesn't pay a lot, but while you're substitute teaching, which in my opinion, substitute teachers never really taught much, they just kind of like sat and said, go read page 1 through 322. So in those instances, you can be there working on something else, maybe a business that's an electronic-based business. So even though you are paying attention and kind of teaching, you have an opportunity to make additional money by doing something else. Okay, that was it. Side hustles for young adults. So if you're a young adult, make a goal of setting $10,000 to be saved so that you can invest, whether it's in the stock market or real estate. I recommend real estate because that's what I do and that's how I make my money. So you need to have some money to make money. Get started, start hustling, start doing something. And if you want to improve your credit score, watch this video right here, I believe it is. And it's all about the credit scoring industry and what you can do to improve your score.